Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Good little test. Now let's see if you got it. Nope. That was a nice slider. Wow, you notice how much it doesn't move over this section now?
Yeah.
Like the truck just doesn't fool around when it's going over that section now. It's really tight. Get that?
Yep.
Oh, nice. I'm starting to really love this car now, but I'm telling you. Oh, nice. See about that body? You hear that? Oh!
Got that.
See how far out that camera angle is? Fortunately, these ones are so easy to reset. My steering keeps going out. Until you thread lock these, they are not really what you'd call ideal. But they are very, very strong. And once thread locked, I know that they are going to be the best legs I've ever had. I just know it. And they're really easy to adjust, even by hand, which is really, really sweet. Now it's back straight. Gotta love it. I guess about now it's actually a little too much too, right? Now I've decided to do a video here. This is my old E-REVO. I just thought I'd give you a quick glimpse, and so you can see versus. Now this is kind of neat. Now this has got a lot of hot racing stuff, and I just ordered the rest. Literally, I'll have everything that they make for this vehicle, even the tools, the tap and die set, everything. So I just thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of it. Now I decided that I would go with a couple of different colors here. I mean, for one, we got the black aluminum from Hot Racing, which is pretty sick, and I went with the black aluminum front links and the black and red for the rear, which ended up being really nice. These tires are Dirtworks Proline. They're ridiculous, and I have the Proline rims. Now, as you can see, this was the result of my test last night. I spun this thing up, and it immediately threw off all the bead lock. So I am rethinking the tires. I do have another option for the tires, and the thing about the tires that I have is that they're phenomenal, but they're the same rims. And now that I've seen, but they don't have the ballooning qualities, and I can tell you from experience that these are great tires for a 50-mile-an-hour setup. In fact, I had them on my E-REVO when I had that accident. Now the thing about that is, at 41.4 miles per hour, the front bearing and the left side front collapsed, crushed itself. Now I've been saving this little bit of this bearing. Now, with my luck, I done gone and lost it, because I've been doing a lot of work on here lately. But if I can find it, oh, there it is. I'm going to pull out the bearing casing, folks, and I'm just going to show you this. This is what's left of the area around the bearing. Okay? There was nothing left of the bearing. Okay? Absolutely nothing. It was just simply shredded. But that's what's left of the area that was surrounding it. So as you can see, that's pretty small here, but it's completely shredded, completely obliterated. And this was not from the accident. This was in an area that really wasn't damaged. It actually was the right side suspension that got torn off, and the left rear suspension got torn off, and the frame got cracked in the front. And the only evidence left of that now is the crack right here in the vehicle. Now the bumper took it, no problem, but I was surprised. The bulkhead took it, but everything back of that busted. The plastic in here was all busted. I just wanted to show now. This is what happens when you use aluminum bumpers. It's collapsed in a nice, neat way, but it still collapsed. Those are some of the things that have been done. Also, I've replaced the back bumper. I actually decided it was too flimsy. I didn't like it. I've removed it. One of the reasons I replaced the wing was because I really needed the wing to mount this bumper. But I do like having the wing on it anyway, and it's gone back to a more natural look. In addition, without the wing on, these become vulnerable to damage. And despite the good quality powder coating, I have thrown it around pretty hard. As I pointed out, this is my daily driver. It puts a lot of use on it. And these are still holding together, but I have had to check them regularly and take them apart and retighten them a few times. Okay, this is the racing engine that was installed for the running video, and this is the gearing. Now this is actually the transmission and gearing out of my Slash. So what you were seeing was basically a Slash to Revo conversion. This is what came out of my vehicle after the running video. Now, the reason I pulled it is actually more because I want to preserve this motor than anything else. It's also because I wanted to try this tranny out with all Robinson Racing gears inside, as well as I've got Robinson Racing pinion and spur gears on it. I just wanted to go over some of the details and differences between this engine and this engine. Now, this one here pulls a little less amperage, but is still a very torquey motor. You won't find it flipping over backwards, but it is a really great motor. It runs much cooler, and it is a good race motor. What I'd point out is, what it's really made for is to draw slightly less amperage, so that you can use the stock ESC, the series connector, along with some proper gearing. You can get some really amazing performance. Now, what it's meant to be able to do is allow you to run 7.4 volt LiPos on the parallel connector, which normally with this motor you cannot do. This motor draws so many amps that if you put the parallel connector on with those LiPos, it'll bounce the detection mode in the ESC and shut down the ESC, because the ESC will detect that it's pulling too many amps for safety's sake. This motor allows you to surpass that
and allows you to run 4.4 amps each in the Max Amps 2200 2 cells, and ends up giving you really, really strong performance. In addition, it works really, really well with a single 3-cell LiPo from Max Amps. Now, those were the battery setups I tried in it. It ran awesome in all cases. The only time I found a significant difference between this one and stock was with a single 2-cell. This one is noticeably slower than the stock setup. However, it was not really designed to be used with one single 2-cell, so I wouldn't judge it on that. It runs awesome on a 3-cell, and runs really, really wicked with the 2 LiPos that it was designed for. So I would just point out that that was the setup that was in the car for the running video. So if you guys are wondering why it wasn't doing wheelies and stuff like that, that's part of the reason why I had a single 3-cell in it for that video, which I found it still really fast. I mean, it's, you know, it was almost too fast before, and now, partly because of all the aluminum I have in it, it's just not doing the wheelie thing anymore. I'm pretty sure with this motor it won't be doing the crazy wheelie thing anymore, flipping over backwards. I mean, it's a heavy little car now. I also wanted to point out, also, you'll see I've got the upgraded shock reservoirs. Also, I showed you the Dirtworks. What was on it when I did the running video were the Road Rage. These are the Dirt Hogs. I've now been able to try all 3. I gotta tell you, off-road, these things are king. The reason being, the Dirtworks have good grip, okay, but they throw up a lot of crap. And in a vehicle that's not truly waterproof, that's really terrible. This is the Futaba steering servo that they make for it, the Metal Gear servo, which is actually really, really nice. Now, I just wanted to point out, for those of you who might be interested in this bumper, this is from a company I'd never heard of before, but I think they're great now that I've heard of them. There it is. Okay, T-bonze RC racing bumpers. Okay, I just thought I'd go over some of the more recent changes and some of the mods that are not obvious. I do have full force bearings all the way around. I also have Lunsford titanium pin and ball studs all the way around. These are ST Racing. I basically tested at least 2 sets of parts for every part of this vehicle, motor included. 2 sets of bulkheads. These are the aluminum jobbies. I really like them. Hot racing, good quality stuff. The back one's a little thin and will break if you're not careful, but as long as you've got the wing on, you're alright. If the wing's off, you can break it pretty easy. Other than that, I just thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of some of the vehicle and where it's at now. It's had a lot of changes made from when the actual running video. You can see the wing on it, the T-bonze racing bumper. There's a lot been done to it. Anyway, I thought I'd give you guys a quick overview of some of the parts and let you guys see them for yourselves and see how they run. Anyway,